So we're here beside the Sea of Galilee, and fishing was really important, and we've seen many illustrations in the Bible, in the New Testament, as to fishing. Remember, there was the fishing rod when there's the question about paying temple tax, and Jesus said to them, just take your rod down and catch a fish and take the coin out of the mouth. And then in Matthew 13, they described what the kingdom of heaven was like. Jesus said it was like casting out a net. And in Luke 5, when the disciples had been fishing all night, and they'd come in and they were just mending their trammel nets and cleaning them, which is hard work. And then Jesus appears and said, "Have you caught anything?" And they said, "No, we've been fishing all night and we haven't caught a thing." And she said, well, push out your boat again and see what you can catch. And you can imagine they've been working all night hard, clean the nets off, and then he's telling them to go and do it again, when really they wanted to be taking a snooze. And yet they do it, and they caught that amazing amount of fish. And Peter then calls out and says, "Depart from me, Lord, I'm a sinful man." And then in John 21, what a powerful passage, where you see this man standing at the shore, and they've been fishing all night, and Jesus calls out to them, "Have you got any fish?" And they said no, and so he says, "Cast your net out on the other side." Have a listen to this from John 21. So Peter said to the others, "I'm going to go fishing." And they said to him, we'll go with you." They weren't sure what they should be doing. And they went out into the boat and they caught nothing all night. And then just as day was breaking, Jesus stood on the shore, and yet the disciples did not know that it was Jesus. And Jesus said to them, "Children, do you have any fish?" And they answered him, "No." And he said to them, "Cast the net out on the other side of the boat and you'll find some." So they cast it, and now they're not able to haul it in because of the quantity of fish. And the disciple whom Jesus loved therefore said to Peter, "It is the Lord." And when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his outer garment, for he was stripped for work, and threw himself into the sea. And the other disciples came in the boat, dragging the net full of fish, for they were not far from the land. And when they got there, of course, Jesus had a charcoal fire going with fish already on it, and they ate the meal together. This is the Sea of Galilee.